Google just announced their brand new Pixel device lineup, and I've been fortunate enough to get my hands on them early. Now, this was a relatively short hands-on, and I had just enough time to play with the devices and sort of get a feel for the new features. So if you're interested in a full review, you'll definitely want to subscribe. So starting off with the phones, we've got a bit of a price hike this year with the Pixel 8 coming in at a price of $699 USD, which is $949 for us Canadians, and the Pixel 8 Pro coming in at a price of $999, $1349 Canadian, which is a bit of a price hike compared to what we're used to from Google. Now, as you've probably expected, the overall design language of these phones has not changed. And I mean, I can't see anybody complaining about that because we only get mad when Apple does it. But no, seriously, I'm really excited that they kept the design of this phone the way it was, because I personally think this is one of the best designed phones on the market. And as an important note, the Pixel lineup will be shipping with Android 14 right out of the box. So we have that polished aluminum frame and matte glass backing, which makes this one of those phones that you just never want to put a case on. Honestly, it just feels really good and balanced in your hand. The front of the Pixel 8 features a flat 6.2-inch OLED display with a variable refresh rate of 60 to 120 Hz and up to 1400 nits of HDR brightness and 2000 nits of peak brightness. Meanwhile, on the front of the Pixel 8 Pro, we have a flat 6.7-inch Super Actua display. And Super Actua is just what Google's calling their LTPO OLED display, which features up to 2400 nits of brightness and a refresh rate of 1 to 120 Hz. And just as a reference, the Pixel 7 Pro only had 1500 nits of peak brightness. So this new screen is going to be an absolute beast in direct sunlight. The Pro also features Corning Gorilla Glass 2 both on the front and on the back, which means it should be more resistant to scratches, but we'll let the phone destroyers test that one out. On the inside, both of these phones are powered by the new Tensor G3 chips, which opens up some insane AI features that we'll talk about just a little bit later. Pixel 8 and Pixel 8 Pro feature 8 and 16 gigabytes of internal memory respectively, while the Pixel 8 has a maximum internal storage of 512 gigs versus the 1 terabyte of the Pixel 8 Pro. And as far as the batteries go, Google's again claiming that both these phones have more than 24 hours of battery life off of a single charge. Now finally, let's get down to what Pixels are mostly known for, and that is the cameras. Both models feature a 50 megapixel wide lens, but the Pixel 8 Pro kicks it up a notch with a 48 megapixel ultra wide and a 48 megapixel telephoto with super res zoom up to 30 times, as well as multi-zone laser detect autofocus. And finally, both front cameras feature a 10.5 megapixel lens with autofocus and a 95-degree field of view. And so now that the boring stuff is out of the way, let's talk about these crazy new AI features. This is probably what I look forward to the most anytime a new Pixel phone drops, and I must admit that this year Google did not disappoint. And like I said, the hands-on time was pretty limited and it would be kind of hard to show you all these features anyway, so bear with me. So we'll now have access to Pro controls in the camera app. So for those of you who are more serious about your photography, you're able to change the shutter speed, ISO, among other features in order to get the exact look that you want when you're taking a photo. But not only that, we also now have access to full resolution photos. Again, on the photography side, there's been some improvements to night sight, but what's really cool is the fact that they've now brought that over to the video side as well. And I've been wondering when somebody was finally going to do this. So now whether you're shooting videos or photos at night or in a dark place, you know that the phone's going to be working in order to make the shots as clear as possible. Another new feature is called Best Take, and I think that this one is probably the most relatable. We've all been in a situation where we're trying to take a group photo and it's almost impossible to get everybody looking in the right direction, smiling at the same time, having all of their eyes open. So with this feature, what it does is every time you snap the shutter in a group photo, it actually takes a series of photos, and using AI, it'll find the perfect photo where everybody's actually looking at the camera, looking their best, and smiling before the picture was captured. Or if you want to be petty, you can make sure that you look the best while everybody else looks terrible. They also made mention of the Magic Editor feature, but this one won't be available right at launch. It's pretty much an expansion of the Magic Eraser tool. Now you're able to change the lighting, change the background, you can move subjects around and create an image that's completely different from the photo that you took originally. And speaking of Magic Eraser, they've now extended that functionality to work with audio as well. Now this one's pretty crazy. So you shoot a video and the AI automatically groups all of the different sounds into different layers and allows you to adjust the volume of them or remove them completely in order to bring out whatever it is that you think is the most important sound to the forefront of your video. And then finally, a more subtle feature update. We have the new update to Real Tone. So if you remember, Real Tone was meant for photography in order to bring out skin tones like my own and make them look more realistic in photo. They've also extended that into video as well, so that different skin tones will appear just as accurately in video as they do in still. Now, I didn't get to spend as much time as I wanted to with the watch as well, but as you can imagine, in that environment, it would be very difficult to test out and show you guys all the new features anyway. So again, just bear with me. So the Watch 2 is identical to last year's model with only some very slight tweaks. So if you hated or loved the design from last year, you'll pretty much be in the exact same boat this year. I know that one of the main concerns last year was the battery life of the Pixel Watch, but this year it's still alleged to have 24 hours of battery life with the always on display and takes 75 minutes for a complete charge. It features a brand new heart sensor that's supposed to be way more accurate than last year, especially during exercise, and can even be used for heart rate zone tracking. It also features Fitbit's stress management system, which, believe it or not, can detect stress in real time and provides intervention strategies, which are all logged. And the way that this works is actually pretty cool. The watch is able to detect microscopic sweat beads, your heart rate, and skin temperature in order to determine your stress level. There's also a bunch of new safety features as well. One that they're calling Safety Check lets you schedule a timer where once it's over, if you're not able to confirm that you're okay or turn the timer off, your real-time location will be sent to emergency contacts. Now, as I said, there's a ton of features packed into both the phone and the watch as well, so you're definitely going to want to get subscribed for the full review. And I'll be getting these devices day one, so if you have any questions or anything that you want to know or see when it comes to the Pixel 8, Pixel 8 Pro, or Pixel Watch 2, feel free to let me know down below. Much love as always, throwing up 2 of them, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.